everyone, this is Dawn. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm glad you're here. Today I'm going to show you how to make 2 cards using the January stamp of the month called Frosty Days. So this stamp set has lots of line drawings of different forest creatures. Super cute and fun to color in with tri-blend markers. So I'm going to create 2 cards, and I'm going to also use some of the Life's a Hoot papers, okay? So I have this bear loaded into my MISTI, and I'm going to stamp him out in black ink. And I'm going to leave enough room at the bottom so that I can add my sentiment, so I won't have to fussy cut him. Okay. Then I'll bring in another small piece of white daisy, and I'm going to stamp out this little squirrel. Okay. So I'm doing my stamping and coloring for 2 cards. So this squirrel, I'm going to color the squirrel in and then fussy cut that one out for the second card, okay? So off screen, I've colored everything in and I've fussy cut the squirrel out so we can make the first card, okay? So I have my sentiment from the stamp set called Winter Wishes, and you can find that in the core catalog. So I'm going to stamp out the word winter in mulberry. It's a lighter color ink, and it coordinates with the Life's a Hoot papers. And then I'm going to stamp the word wishes over the word winter in sapphire ink. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to bring in some sapphire glitter paper for a little extra bling. So I'm going to add a couple strips on my card front. They're about 1/4 of an inch each. So I'll trim those out. And at first I thought I was going to use the striped side of the Life's a Hoot papers, but they didn't seem to be dark enough. I don't know. I liked the other side better, so I'm going to use the side. It looks like a watercolor wash of grape and mulberry. And I'm going to trim 1/2 an inch. Okay. I'm going to conserve that paper, so just use a little bit. So my base is going to be grape. It's the light size side of grape, so I'm going to cut that down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I'm going to add strips of the sapphire glitter paper and Life's a Hoot on either side of my bear. Keep it clean and simple. So I'm going to trim those down to 5 1/2 inches. So I apologize for my voice. I'm still getting over COVID. Santa brought us COVID for Christmas. So I'm feeling fine. My voice just sounds terrible though. So I apologize. I'm getting there though. So anyway, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start building the card, and we'll add that piece of grape as the base. Once you get these images colored in, the work is done, and then just assembly. And since this image is so large, it's pretty easy to put your card together. So I'm just going to add strips on either side, and then we'll be done with that one. Super fun. So you can get this stamp of the month for $5 with any $50 purchase during the month of January. And if you're a VIP, you can get it for free with a $50 purchase in January. We'll go ahead and add those strips of glitter paper with some glue. He's so cute. So you can use these images on snow pictures and on layouts with snow pictures or hiking pictures or camping. Lots of different subjects that you can use these stamps with. So cute. And then of course for cards, you can do birthday cards or thinking of you cards. Cute. Okay, next card, I'm going to use this little squirrel. We're going to keep this one clean and simple. So my sentiment, I pulled Thinking of You. I just like the font. It was from the set called Floral Sentiments, and that's in the core catalog as well. And then I'm going to use the round balloon, thin cut, and I'm going to use the background plate from Storybook Card Making. It's got this fun stars and swirls background just to make it a little more interesting when you're using white. So my base is going to, again, be the light side of grape. So I'm going to cut that at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I'm going to cut my balloon using this paper from Life's a Hoot. The design of this pattern paper will give the balloon some dimension and good lighting on it, I think. Nothing has to be added once I trim it out. And I thought I was going to use a couple of white clouds, but it turned out I didn't have room on the front of my card, or I just didn't like the way they looked, so ignore those. And then this balloon die cut comes with a tiny little bow, so I cut that out with black cardstock. Okay, so I'm going to stamp out my sentiment in grape ink. It says "Thinking of You." And then I'll trim that down into a simple banner. So just going to trim that down and then dovetail the ends, or just on the end on one side. So we'll trim a little bit more down and then dovetail, just snip vertically in the center and then take each corner to meet that snip. Your little triangles cut out and you have a banner. Okay, now we can start assembling. Pretty simple. Going to add that grape cardstock to my card base with some Tombow tape runner. And then I'll add that swirled background with some glue. And I'll add my little squirrel and the balloon. I wasn't sure where I wanted to put my sentiment, so you'll see me kind of try a few different places on my card front. And ultimately I decided the top left corner worked. And I'll pop that with some thin foam tape. And I'll pop the balloon with some thin foam tape too. Pretty simple. And we'll add that little bow, the string that's tied on the balloon with some glue. And I'm just going to doodle a little string. And the squirrel already looks like he's holding something in his hands, so I'm going to run that string through there. So it looks like he's holding the balloon. So cute. And there are those clouds. I didn't think they worked, so I'm not going to use them. Save them for another card. There's my finished card. So cute. So I appreciate you watching my video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button, and then you'll be able to find all of my videos. I'll make a list of all the supplies that I used with links in the description below. And again, you can get the January stamp of the month during the month of January. And thanks for watching.